Hi guys, Orlando City UK here. I'm delighted to say a special guest joins me today. It is Dave, otherwise known on Twitter as Tampa Bay Rowdies UK. Welcome to the show, Dave.
Hello, welcome. Thanks for having me.
More than welcome, even though your arrival, of course. I think we're both pretty excited. We're really stoked, aren't we, to see Orlando City drawn against the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the third round of the 2022 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup this Wednesday. With no competitive fixture between the sides since 2014. I'm super excited about the return of the I-4 Derby. It's long overdue, isn't it? How excited are you?
Oh, definitely. Oh no, really excited. Yeah, really excited. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. It's about time they had a competitive match, and it'll be, it's the Open Cup. It's in Orlando Stadium, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be big, isn't it? And I mean, we've
Yeah.
been on a 2-year hiatus with the cup. From me, honestly, it's really nice to be playing a different team. I mean, we've been in Major League Soccer now for a little while now, in our 8th season. So it's really nice to be getting the. It's a feeling of nostalgia,
Yeah.
I think, this week, isn't it? It's like the old days all over again. So we're of course
Definitely.
previewing that game with Dave today on Wednesday, the US Open Cup. We're going to ask Dave a few more questions as well about how the Rowdy season has gone so far in the USL Championship, and we're going to ask kind of Dave where this game could be won and lost. So without further ado, Dave, you tell us why the Rowdies, a guy in the UK. I've had it a lot over. Why the Rowdies for you?
I'm a Bristol Rovers fan. Don't take too much take too much of the mickey out of me for it. But and in 2012, the end of sort of 2011, 2012, our captain Stuart Campbell left Rovers. It was all under a bit of a cloud. It was a mess, and we then found out he was joining a team called the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and we were all really intrigued to find out what he was doing. Just to see what the team was. And the minute I heard the Tampa Bay Rowdies as a name, I was like, I really like that name. And then it led on to me learning about the history of the team and everything. And you could watch the games live on Ustream. So it was no brainer. I just started watching them. And as you do, you fall in love with your team. And that's it, really.
Amazing. Yeah, very similar to us, of course. We've always been asked, over the years, why Orlando City? And I mean, it's just, don't you? It was the same for us, staying up, burning the midnight oil and, researching, finding out more. And it's just grown and grown. And I think like you, it doesn't matter where your team's based. We're both from the UK, but have fell in love with these teams. I touched on it in our intro, but obviously Orlando City, Tampa Bay Rowdies, they don't see eye to eye. They're just down the I-4 from each other, a couple of hours. How do you see this matchup? Surely the Rowdies as a minor league team are going to be super fired up to get one over on a Major League Soccer side, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the general consensus with sort of the fan bases is that, it's go as far as you can in the Open Cup, really, and playing Orlando in a competitive fixture. Yeah, it's brilliant because we played the B team, but nobody really worries about the MLS B teams, do they? But yeah, no, it'd be good. Play the actual proper Orlando first team. It'd be brilliant. Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, I have to ask you, Dave, have you seen the Rowdies live over there in Florida? And speak a bit more about what it is about the team that you can't get enough of, really.
Well, I've only been lucky enough to go once so far, but that was in 2013. Sort of, me and my partner, we decided we were going to go to Disneyland, do everything everybody does, Universal Studios and things like that. And we went to one game, and thanks to a friend of mine at Bristol Rovers, or a friend of my mum and dad's at Bristol Rovers, they got me in contact with Stuart Campbell's wife. So I got to meet him before the game, after the game, and got to watch the game and everything. The Rowdies won 3-2 that night, so I'm 1-0 in watching them live. And then the last time I saw them was when they were over here in 2016. They did a little thing with Nottingham Forest, and they played an academy team, it was. And that all coincided with us finding out about Joe Cole coming over. So it was,
Of course.
so yeah. But the night of the game was brilliant. We were sat with the mob, and they make loads of noise, bring the smoke. You know, they sing throughout the game. It's brilliant. Well, you just get lost in it, and it's brilliant. You get welcomed in as a family member. Absolutely brilliant. Can't go wrong, really.
Yeah, it's interesting. That segues quite nicely onto my next question. You know, I think the thing I love, and maybe you do as well, is, I mean, American soccer is, you know, it's the same sport we love, but it is different, isn't it? That fan experience and the feeling of
Yeah.
community is what we really fell in love with over the years. And it segues into my next question, because last week we saw the news, didn't we, that the game was originally scheduled to be taking place at Osceola Heritage Park, which for reference is where our B team plays, and we've got our training
Okay.
and now in Kissimmee, and you know, a much, you know, a smaller kind of minor league stadium. It was originally scheduled to be there after quite some furore by our fans saying, you know, oh, this should be its glory. You know, we've waited years to get our own stadium. You know, we're playing an old rival. Our stadium. The club effectively listened, and now the game's going to be held at Exploria, which I think, you know, is a good thing. You know, it's the stadium we're used to. Obviously, the Rowdies, you know, will look forward to going there. It's kind of, it's positive and negative for me. There was something, I was kind of getting whipped up in the nostalgia of it being played at Osceola, you know, a much smaller venue like yourselves. It would have been super intimidating. What are you making? Where would have you liked to have played? I'm interested to hear.
Well, apart from over in the UK somewhere, apart from the obvious one, but I don't think it matters too much, really. I think, you know, as long as the fans can attend, that's the main thing, you know, old rivalries and things like that. So yeah, the mob will be out in force, the Skyway Casuals will be out in force. So yeah, no, it'd be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, you've mentioned your supporters groups there. I know for a fact, because we know a lot of them. The Ruckus and the Iron Lion firm will have the pyros going. No matter where this game's held in Florida, it's sure to be an intimidating atmosphere, isn't it? Because, you know, we don't like each other as clubs. You know, I've obviously done my research over the years. You would have done the same. And I mean, even though it's been a lot of time since 2014, you know, our club legends and the people that have been around the club for a long time are really trying to, you know, hype up how much this means to support. It does mean a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. Because as you said, it's been an awful long time, and the other games I think are all pre-season and behind closed doors and don't really count for anything. But yeah, no, get the fans in. I mean, you know, it's like the guys on the unused substitutes. I credit Stephen for this, because he on their last podcast, he went on quite a rant about what it means to them, because the Rowdies, you know, don't really have a team in their league to sort of have a rivalry with. And when the clubs first start, like when FC Tampa Bay was going, and you know, Orlando was it? He said something. It was like 2011. Orlando won the USL Cup, and then in 2012, Rowdies won the NASL 2.0, and you know, it was all competition between the fans and everything. And you know, it's carried on, and unfortunately the Fort Lauderdale strikers have been and gone and everything. So you know, it's like the proper, you know, it's as close to a real in-state rivalry as they get now. But I
think so, because that's it, isn't it? I mean, you would have seen Orlando City in the years we've been in Major League Soccer. A lot of talk about these kind of forced rivalries, and you know, we don't like Atlanta United, and obviously in Miami we've had clashes with more recently, but it's not the same as the geography of each fixture, is it?
No, not at all.
This is it, isn't it? Like, historically, you guys are our main rivals. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. A lot of the talk amongst our fan base has been, you know, obviously because we're quite a young team in Major League Soccer. We have a few veterans on the team, but will those guys kind of get it, has been the conversation amongst our circles. And I think, you know, like the club legends and the people around the team, you know, will be talking about the history of this fixture. But it's difficult, isn't it? Because that seems so long ago now, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
times we're battling.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah. Do you guys have much sort of rivalry? Is it all forced with Inter Miami? Does it feel?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. The team I and a lot of Orlando City supporters, that really get under our skin is Atlanta United. So
Oh, right. Okay.
up there in Georgia, so not a million miles away when
No.
we talk about the states. But it's with those guys, what it is, and I love rivalry in sport, but what it is with those guys is they've effectively come into Major League Soccer after us. They've got a NFL stadium they play in, so they've not been made to suffer, and save to build their own stadium. And they've won an MLS Cup. They've won the biggest
Yeah.
prize that we want to win. So there's that bitterness there, and it all started out. I'll tell you, it all started out. There was a really provocative banner put on a billboard right there in downtown, right next to the I-4
Ah.
Stadium. And before the first ever matchup in Major League Soccer, it had a little slogan on it, said, "Orlando, we're coming to conquer." And it's as fickle as that, but that really,
Yeah.
it was placed right in the middle of Orlando. It's quite provocative from their marketing department. And since then, this club have just got under our skin a lot, and
Ah, right. Okay.
the resentment's real. Honestly, the resentment is real. They've had the better of us over the years. We've leveled the playing field, and more recently. But this is sport, isn't it? It's football.
Yeah.
There's teams we don't like. It segues into my next one. Obviously, you knew I was going to bring it up in this chat. The Rowdies still yet to beat Orlando in 9 now, and it's a record that we're obviously very proud of. You just
Yeah.
heard me talking about Atlanta. I mean, you guys must be itching for something over us, right?
Oh, oh, definitely. Yeah. No, it's been, yeah, it's something that really, like I said, I'm basically copying what Stephen said on the, well, it's what Stephen and Matt said on the unused substitutes the other day. Really, it really sticks in them because this really, it always used to be in NASL 2.0 before they folded. It was always the strikers. It was we'd have competition with the strikers. It'd be and all that. But yeah, getting one over on Orlando has always the goal, really, and whenever it happens. But yeah, it's proper geographical rivalry, and there's a bit of history there. So yeah, no, it'd be good. I think the Rowdies be up for it. So
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
I'm interested. So you guys, you play in the USL Championship. Neil Collins is your head coach now. Played at the end of his career, didn't he?
Yeah.
Played for the Rowdies, then retired and has gone into coaching with the team. Tell us, Dave, how are the Rowdies getting on in the USL this season?
Well, they've had a pretty good start. Again, you could talk about forced rivalries. We lost to Miami last Saturday, but it was, well, Miami just what can you say? I'll be polite and use the dark arts. Let's just say they dark arts their way to a 1-0 victory. But other than that, I think it's what I would call a very rowdy start to the season. Start off slow, get the odd victory against teams that you think they'd win, beat, and then scramble a point against Hartford and things. But they sort of slow off. We've got a few new faces in the squad now compared to last season when we had pretty much the same team back that got to the final before it was cancelled. But they're all getting to know each other. They're all getting to find out, I think. But I think sort of it's a bit early to say, really. I mean, we all think we're going to win it again. So, the Eastern Conference again, at least, and have a deep run in the playoffs. So we're all fairly confident as it is. But
where are you guys in the table at the moment?
I think it was 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
Hang on, I have got it up here.
Yeah.
But it's not. The thing is, it's I think it's 5th in the table at the moment.
Yeah.
Because we've got FC Tulsa tonight, and they're 4th in the overall, I think it is. But so that'd be interesting as well. So yeah.
as I record this with Dave, Orlando City, you played Tulsa tonight, if you just mentioned. Orlando City travel to Columbus Crew in Major League Soccer tonight. So those games will obviously be preceding the one we're previewing next Wednesday. But for our season, it is the early stages, same as you guys in the USL. We've won 3, drawn 2, and lost 2. So it's been a real mixed bag for us in the beginning of this season. But I think Orlando City supporters are pretty content, pretty happy with the start we've made this season. If you're, from the outside and looking at Orlando City, we've had big names in our MLS era so far, like Kaká. We just lost Nani after 3 very good seasons with the club, and this season was kind of billed as a rebuilding job, but still got Oscar Pereira in charge, who is in his 3rd season now, and we've spent big money to replace Nani and Daryl Dike, who has come over to West Brom here in England, and I think we've got to be content with the start we've made. We're 2nd in the Eastern Conference. We've had 2 long haul trips to the West, beat LA Galaxy, very famous MLS franchise, of course, and got a good draw at Portland Timbers. So I'd say confidence is high for us at the moment. Obviously, it was our mission for years to reach the playoffs. We just couldn't do it, and Atlanta could, for example. And we finally climbed that mountain now under Pereira. But I think for us, the goal this season, and if you ask me, this is a cup preview, I would love to go really deep in this competition this year. I mean, the club was founded on winning silverware in the USL, and we're still waiting for our first trophy in the MLS era. Winning MLS Cup is obviously the dream, but I would really like to go deep. We got to the semi-finals back in 2019, so you never know. Maybe it's Orlando City's year.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. I want to know, Dave, you've mentioned looking at the Rowdies roster over the last couple of years, 2 names that everybody will know from the outside looking in. You guys had Freddie Adu, the famed wonder kid.
Freddie.
Joe Cole, as you've already mentioned, but who on the roster right now is kind of your star man, the one you look at and think, if Rowdies are to pull off a cup shot, he's going to be, the one who does it?
Well, we've all got our high scorer this season, I think, is Jake LaCava. He's new to the team. He came in the season. We've got our 2 staples. We've got our captain, Seba Guanzati. We've got Leo Fernandez. We've got our fox in the box, Juan Guerra. Yeah, I did get his name right. Juan Guerra. And we've got Steven Dos Santos, our big guy up front. They've yet to get really scoring, but we've got great midfield, and our defense is getting to know each other again. We lost a big part of that last season, in Forrest Lasso. He went to Sweden to play in Sweden in the top division over there, but he's been missed. But I think overall we've got a pretty good team. It's just as I said, it's just early in the season. They're still getting going yet, so hopefully this sort of give it if we were playing you guys a bit further down the line, it might be a bit different, but I think they won't take much to motivate them to get going. Neil's really good at motivating them, so he'll get them going, get tonight out the way, and it'll all be 4 forward, 4 force Orlando.
Absolutely. Now, I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, we spoke about this being a closely geographic rivalry, and there's no love lost between the sides. Tell us, because you will know better than I do. And obviously, Orlando City were a USL minor league franchise, and then we found our way into Major League Soccer. Of course, it's been talked about before, but what are the future plans for the Rowdies? Have there or will there be any attempts to get into Major League Soccer in the future?
Well, it seems to be at the moment it's just winning the USL Championship. Seems to be the main one. This is going back. This is years ago now, because I think this was sort of one of the reasons Joe Cole and Marcel Schaefer and people were brought over, because it was all to do with, they did a big MLS to St. Pete thing, but
Yeah.
with the Rays taking over the ownership, that all kind of, well, it went very quiet with the previous owner, but sort of even before the Rays took over, it all kind of went quiet. But I think at the moment it's just been a staple of USL, winning a championship or two like yourselves, and just going from there really. But
Yeah.
he just, I think that's sort of the latest thing. Nobody's mentioned MLS
Yeah.
recently, and you know they want to do bits to Owl Lang, put more seats in, get more people in. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
seems to be the main priorities at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just nice, isn't it, that we've got this game and we can reunite again. And
Yeah.
like I said, when the draw came out, obviously we knew we had a good chance of drawing you guys. You know, obviously because it was the draw was taking place within the region. But no, super looking forward to it. So before I
Yeah.
finish with you, Dave, I ask every one of my guests this on my previews. I'm going to ask you for a score prediction in this US Open Cup version of the I4 Derby.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Rowdies.
2-1 Rowdies. He's gone bold. He's gone bold. You had to, really, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna be bold as well, not surprising anyone. I'm gonna say 2-0 Orlando City, but super excited for Wednesday's game in the US Open Cup. It gets underway in the States at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're like me and Dave here in the UK, it will kick off just after midnight. I've got to say, I'm waiting to see whether YouTube or Twitter are going to be broadcasting any of the games in the US Open Cup this year. We've seen it in the past that they have.
Yeah.
I'm certainly hoping so, because, like Dave, like me, when you support a team across the ocean, finding dodgy streams, it certainly takes its toll. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if anybody's watching from Twitter, YouTube, hopefully we can catch a broadcast of the game. But until
Fingers
next time,
crossed.
guys, that is our preview. Thank you, Dave, for joining us, and Vamos Orlando.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and come on, you Rowdies.
You're welcome. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.